18.
You got 3?
3 with 18 in each.
Okay, let's do one more. Just in case. All right, I think we are live this morning. Hold on, let me check everything here before we start. Okay, hold on. Hopefully we are live here. Okay, good. I think we have the sound. John at the live chat right now. We have John joining us at the live chat. We have Gavi joining us from Tucson as well. So by the way, so Gavi is our first garage sale customer. Okay, so I mean, like I mentioned, I've been doing garage sale for all my coffee gear. So Gavi just purchased. I have a gnome core portafilter and also my old San Antonio industry as well, and then gnome core distribution tour. So pretty much I give it him. He got a bargain, by the way. Okay, he got a fraction of the cost. So congrats, Gavi.
Thank you.
Yeah. So my first, I'm gonna start doing the garage sale on my Discord channel. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a Discord tab for Hoon's garage sale, and it's going to be, it's going to be gently used coffee gears. It's going to be gently used coffee gears that I am no longer using it. It's going to be more like minimum 50% off from retail price, minimum. Okay, minimum. So some of them are 60% off. So yeah, it's gonna be great. Okay, I cannot wait to start getting rid of all my old stuff. Okay, I have too much stuff here, so. And some stuff I'm gonna give away for free as well. And some stuff you just pay the shipping, that's yours, because I don't think anybody wants it anymore. Anyway, so okay, if you are joining us for the first time, welcome to live streaming. So Wednesday, Monday we're gonna talk about Bravo machines. Tuesday, level machine, and Wednesday we are going to talk about some Wendougees, okay, for your request. And for now, we are going to change. It depends on, how much we are going to cover this machine, okay. So this morning, since we have a Gavi here, so we are going to compare flow control versus, flow profiling, okay, versus just standard shot. So it's gonna be difference, maybe not. So I'm gonna have Gavi to decide. Okay, I'm already measured out 18 grams each. So I just opened this coffee from Good Brothers Coffee as well. So this one is Columbia La Victoria. Okay, Hula. And then flower red. Okay, flower red. It's gonna be orange fruits and juicy. Sounds amazing. Okay, sounds amazing there. So this is more like, what do you think, Gabi? More like light roast, medium light?
Looks medium light.
Yeah, medium to light roast coffee for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. For this one, comes the grinder choice. Any requests on that, Gabi? What do you think?
I liked the DF83.
DF83. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go with DF83 this morning. Okay.
Unless you have the niche pulled out.
No, but not. Yeah, niche is no. I mean, do you like niche?
I do like niche.
Really?
Yeah, I remember we compared the niche to the DF83. The niche, not the niche Zero. What was the other one? The
niche Duo.
Yeah,
the big one.
Yeah, the big one. We compared the Duo to the DF83V, and I liked the Duo better.
Because they are completely different grinder, by the way. So
yeah.
83V is the MP burst, and the DF83 niche Duo is just the 83 millimeter, just a flat burr. That's more forgive you fine. So, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So at this point, so we're gonna do the Wendougees. So DF83. So this very fruity tasting notes as well. So maybe with the DF83 MP burst. Yeah, let's give it a try. Okay, let's give it a try and see what you like.
Okay.
All right. So we already measured out 18 grams already. Okay, here we go. So again, DF83 has a RPM control. I set at 1,000 RPM right now. So let's stick with the 1,000. Comes to grind setting, I'm more like 10 clicks away from touch points. Okay. All right. If you are joining us, we are testing flow profiling versus a standard shot here using DF83 grinder and Wendougee as an espresso machine. So should be interesting comparison, that's for sure. Okay, as you can see, it's pretty, uneven. Okay, you could say that. All right. And there is a lot of different way to. Do you use WDT tools at home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you make one or?
Yeah. Okay. Wine cork and a couple
Good.
of acupuncture needles.
Yeah, acupuncture needles. I mean, that works like charm, by the way.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Do you have tools like this?
Not a wedge distributor. No.
Okay.
Usually, I just have my WDT and a tamper.
Okay, yeah, I mean that'll work. WDT and temper should be fine. It comes to grind size. All right, let's give it a try. I've been using the paper on the top instead of the bottom. Yeah, because only reason I'm doing that, trying to have a cleaner shower screen, but not necessary. You don't need it. Okay. Okay, shot number 1. Okay. Let's give it a try here. Do you have a scale, by the way, at home?
At home, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a 0.1.
Good. I think that's all you need.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So we're going to start with the standard shot, guys. Okay, we're going to start with the standard shot here for my Wendougees. My standard shot is I set at 8 bar. Okay, what is I mean? Which means 8 bar pressure from the pump. Okay, I have no idea what's going on from the group head, but at least we are going to have 8 bar pressure. That's pretty standard shot. Okay, I have to say that's 8 bar, 9 bar is pretty standard shot. So this one's safe to say, let's do it. Okay. For this coffee, I want to go slightly longer because it's very fruity. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 50 grams or so. Man, this shot looks amazing, by the way. Yeah, we're going to go 50. 27 seconds and 50 grams. Wow. We got lucky on grind size, Gavi. I mean, look at this beautiful shot here. Man. Goodness. Okay. Wow. Try that, Gavi. Wow, that's really good. Yeah, that's great shot. Don't drink all of them, okay? Because we gotta compare that with flow control next time. Okay. Okay. For second shot here, we're gonna do the exact same shot. Same RPM, everything is the same. But this time, I'm going to set up the pressure. I'm sorry, the flow. So what's flow profiling? Yeah. We are going to manipulate how much water going into the pump. Have you ever played with flow profiling before, Gabi?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Okay. So what do you think? It's going to be difference in shot quality?
Well, yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, right? Okay. Okay, we're just going to do some quick tamping here. Distribution, and I'm going pretty much the identical comes to my workflow wise. Yeah. Yeah. We have a Donnie. Okay, here we go. Donnie is joining us. Okay. So I'm using the San Antonio Tours with Posado temper. Okay. All right. Okay, so flow profiling. Okay, which means how much water going into the puck, right? So we're gonna go a little extreme, okay? Because I mean, you can do different variation of profiling. The one profile I create a while back, I'm gonna start with the max flow, okay? The 12 milliliter per second. I'm gonna hit a max flow for like 5 seconds. Okay, I'm going to saturate the puck. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna bloom it. And after that, I'm gonna give you about 6 milliliter per second. Okay, 6 milliliter per second, and then give you that very gentle flow. 6. You know what? Hold on. Let's edit that. Okay. So I want to edit. Okay, I want to edit. Maybe. Oh, I changed even 5, even like 4. Let's change the 4 milliliter per second there. 4.9. Yeah, about 4 milliliter. Let's save that. Okay, I'm gonna save it. Okay, so this shot's going to be 12. It does the max flow. And I'm gonna wait about 10 seconds to bloom it. And after that, we're gonna go 4, okay, milliliter per second. All right. And then we are going to pretty much the same shot there, same coffee, same grind size. Let's find out what's the difference. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna go about 50 grams as well. Okay. Go 50 grams. Ended up in 55, but man, 29 seconds. Slightly over, but the shot looks really good though. So this is more like playing with the flow of your shot, not the standard shot. So, okay. Wow, definitely different. Okay, here I go. Try that one. So remember the first shot, the standard shot. The second one.
I like this one better.
Yeah, it's a little messier shot because still have channeling as well. Because with the standard shot, I mean that's that's good about 8 bar pressure from the pump, so that's pretty consistent. But with the flow during the saturation, you're gonna wait the blooming phase. You are going to soak the puck very very soft there, and after they go to the 4 millimeter, okay, 4 millimeter. So maybe I might have to do even like 3 milliliter, even gentler. Okay.
Yeah, there was much less sourness
Yeah.
on the second shot, and I got much more of the like a juiciness.
Sure. Okay, so we're gonna do that one more shot here, guys. So I'm gonna use the regular portafilter. Yeah. Because it's gonna be a little messy, so let's switch out with portafilter there. Okay, just to make sure I'm going to heat up my portafilter. Let's do one more. And I'm going to play with the I'm going to tweak my profiling a little bit. That's for sure. WDT again. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. All right. Someone asked me again, Nicholas asked me, are you going to get an Orient Z1? No, I don't think so. Orient Z1 is very similar to like Triclet or Next Level. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, very similar concept. I mean, if they're gonna send me one, I'd be happy to take a look at it. But yeah, I'm not gonna, yeah. I'm not gonna just get it just because. The fact is, I already have enough brewers here. So we are going to actually make a content with my brewers starting even this week. Okay. I really like this one. Tamping station is pretty cool. Okay.
It's really simple, but
yeah, very simple. Works great. It's fairly inexpensive as well. Yeah. There we go. So let's give it a try. Shot number 2. Okay, automatic. What does the Wendougee rank? Ah, man. Goodness, that's a great question, right? Okay, great question there.
Do you think you could rank it without factoring in the price?
No, you have to factor in the price. Yeah, the price is must. Yeah, you have to factor in the price there. Okay. All right, hold on a second here. So I'm using the spotted one. So okay, here we go. And then let's do the same profile. Actually, I'm going to modify a little bit. Because once I saturate the puck, let's see here. I'm at 4 milliliters per second. I'm going to go even gentler. Maybe like 3. Yeah, 3. Save that. Save. Yeah, so this is very gentle. So you got 12, hit it hard, wait for 10 seconds, and after that, 3 milliliters per second. I'm going to start that here. Since we are using the spouted portafilter, so I don't have to worry about being messy. We're going to stop at 50.
So 25 in each?
Yeah. $23 seconds and 52 grams. Good. Yeah, much better than before.
For a regular shot, that's pretty quick.
Yeah. Here we go, guys. Let's give it a try. Cheers. So this is another flow profiling. It's a lot more mellow and balanced shot. What do you think?
Yeah. This one, compared to the first flow profile, a lot more mellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still like the first flow profile. I got a lot more of like the juiciness in it.
So first one was the just standard shot.
The first flow profile.
Okay, so it's the last shot. Okay.
Yeah. The second shot that we did.
Okay, so that one was 4 milliliters per second to finish it up. So this one was a 3. It's more more water going through the puck as well. So what about compared to your first one? Standard.
First one was also good, but it was a little too sour.
Too sour?
Yeah. Second one was great. It had less sourness, and I got more of the notes.
Okay.
and then this one was just like a more mellowed down version
Okay.
of the second shot.
More smooth.
Yeah.
Interesting there. Okay. It's a good shot. It's great coffee. So we have one more left. So let's brew one more time. Okay. With a different grinder this time. Okay. Let's try that with a different grinder. So there's MP. So maybe we are going to try it with the P64 has it's called ES birds. Okay. So that's traditional espresso only birds. You know, it's more for the medium to dark roast coffee here. So it should be interesting to try.
Which machine is this?
P64. Okay. It's called ES birds. Okay. Mohammed. I'm still deciding between Wendougee and Decent. Leaning toward the Decent, but Decent one, man. Here's the thing about the Decent versus Wendougee. Decent is proven. Okay. Decent been around for a long time as well. You know, so this is more like, if you ask me, more like science project. There's a lot going on. Okay, a lot going on. So much to not even learn. Okay, a lot of. So you're making a coffee. Okay, so standard shot. You know, we worry about the temperature. You know, we set the temperature. That's it. Okay, and then we talk about the pressure, and you control the flow. Very, you know, very. It's not that complicated. But with Decent, you can change the temperature during the shot. Okay, is on the fly. You can so you can do the temperature profiling, pressure profiling, and flow profiling at once. Okay.
That sounds like fun.
So I mean, you got a lot of things to think about it, and it's very intuitive as well. I mean, some coffee. I mean, like my Windougees, right? My Windougees, whatever I set a profile, I mean, that's what it is. Okay, if I set it 12 milliliters per second for 5 seconds, that's all it's gonna do, and then go down to something else. Pretty much set. Okay, but with Decent is different. Okay, if a Decent has a lot of different sensors, so let's say in the beginning, you set it 8 bar or 9 bar, and then so you set it 8 bar first, and then if your pressures go down to, let's say, a 6 bar pressure, you can change it to something else. I'm going to change my flow, or I can change my temperature as something else. You do a lot of step down.
You have a lot of flexibility there.
So much flexibility with the Decent. Okay. My question for you, question for Mohammed, if you like that kind of stuff, okay, if you like to create a profile that, which means if you have a lot of time, okay, if you have a lot of time to play with it, I mean, Decent is a better machine. Okay, you're gonna have so much fun with it. You're gonna spend hours and hours on it. You know, come up with a profile that just. So you're gonna come up with your own profile, and also Decent community has profile too. Okay, so you're gonna spend a lot of time. Okay, with Windougee's community are tiny, small right now. It's a very small community that I know they're trying to develop the community like Decent does, but still a long way out. But machine is still good machine. So okay, hold on a second. Toxic say, what's toxic say? Flow is how much water going in. The pressure is how much resistance at the pump. You can have a machine ignore the pressure and just pump amount of water you want. Yep. I mean, that's what this one does. Okay. It's based, but here's the thing about the flow and pressure. Sometimes it's about the same, right? If less water going in, which means less pressure at the pump. Okay. So if you have too much flow, higher the pressure in the pump as well. So it all comes down to your grind size. It's a grind size too. Okay, grind size as well. I mean, that's why whenever you play with the Barista Express, even the older Barista Express comes with a 15 bar machine. But depending on the grind size, you brew at 9 bar or 8 bar because the rigid system from the grind size. So, but you know, is it more control better? Depends on, you know. What do you think? You like to have more control in your coffee?
I think sometimes, especially in the coffee world, you can
Mm-hmm.
get like a really bad case of like analysis paralysis.
Yep.
Where if you have so many options, it's almost like you don't know what to choose, and sometimes having like only a few options can sometimes be better.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you just want to drink great coffee every morning. So it's like if all you really want to do is play around with shots of espresso, then either machine will work, but you might not even need to get something with that many features.
Yep. Why don't you tell us your setup at home right now, Gabi?
I have a very bare bones setup. It's a Bambino Plus and a X Ultra,
Yep.
Easy Presso. It's great. It gets the job done,
Yep.
and you know, if you play with it, with each different like coffee that you get, you can make great coffee with it.
I mean, you know, Gabi has a Bambino setup. I mean, Bambino is just, and plus, Gabi is going to start college life next year,
Yeah.
coming fall, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be smaller setup is better at your dorm. That's for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. That was definitely a consideration. Is that with the potential to move for college, I was considering whether or not which machine, how big of a machine did I want, how much desk space or countertop space did it take up, water usage. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of factors, and that ended up being the best case scenario.
You're gonna have your sink at your dorm?
There'll be a sink, but what I'll have with me also is a machine that filters water, and so I can filter water and then remineralize it and use that for espresso.
Are you gonna use your hand grinder?
Yep, because like that works perfectly. It has like 160 clicks.
Yep.
And so it goes anything from espresso to filter coffee, and I'll have a V60 with me as well.
Oh, good. So I think maybe another grinder for your V60.
Yeah.
K Ultra is good for your espresso. For like, you know, save some money, get a ZP6.
Okay.
That's really good for your filter as well. Get the ZP6. Okay, so this one, it's gonna be fast shot. It's gonna be, I believe it's gonna be more like turbo shot here. I mean, I can use turbo at grind size. So Gabi, why don't you finish one of your coffee there?
All right.
Yeah. So we're going to do a second shot with different grinder. And then for this one, let's do, you know what, let's do another flow profiling right now. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be turbo. Yeah. Pretty fast. Yep, very nice, gentle, 3 milliliters per second. Perfect. 19 seconds and 56 grams. Beautiful. There we go. Let's give it a try. So this is from using the P64 Espresso. Okay.
Cheers.
Okay. So let's give it a try. This is different, isn't it?
Mellow as well.
Yeah.
I honestly think this is the most balanced shot we've had.
This one?
Yeah.
Has more body to it as well.
Yeah.
Has more body because the Espresso has give you more fines, a lot more fines than MP Bird, so give you balanced.
Like this one, there's a lot of body, and then the sourness quickly fades away, and it doesn't like persist, which is great. And I get some of the orange notes in there that I was not getting in the other ones.
So you mentioned about the sour. What that tastes like to you? Is that brightness or what?
Yeah, brightness. Brightness is a good way to describe it. Definitely like a bright, almost You know when you stare at the sun for too long?
Yep.
That's kind of how I would describe it. Is when you stare at the sun
Okay.
for too long, you kind of have to like look away and your face squints.
Okay. Hold on a second. Brian said, where is the flow of measures made? I don't think measures. It's not going to measure on the grip head, Brian. So this one has a gear pump as well, saturated grip head with a gear pump. So that's how much water going in, okay, coming out from the boiler in a way, right? But how many milliliters, it just measures it from the grip head there, how much water going in. So it does a pretty good job, okay? It does a pretty good job there, so. And I mean, that's why, so Wendougee does not have the sensor on the grip head for the pressure. So we know how much pressure going in from the pump, but unknown here, okay? In the grip head, pressure is unknown. Decent has, even like Brista Express has a pressure control, pressure gauge on the grip head, okay? Is Bambino has the pressure gauge?
No.
It does not.
No,
Okay.
it does not. You could get a portafilter that is a
Yeah.
pressure gauge portafilter if you really wanted to test it out.
But and because obviously Decent does, even Bianca does. You can always add the pressure gauge. But yeah, this one does not have it, which means I mean that's what it is, right? That's what it is. We just has to look at it. Even with the Decent as well. Decent is like after the fact. Okay, you can change all that fun stuff. Whenever we put a shot, they give you a report. Okay, but another thing I like about like actual manual flow control, and you can change it. You can change the flow. Okay, you can change the flow meter of the shot, like Bianca does. So if your pressure is too high on the grip head, you can lower the flow of the water going into the pump. You can lower the pressure as well. Okay, and like Decent, you can actually set up a profile. If your pressure is too high, change the water amount going in so you can lower the pressure. So in a way, Decent does that. It's called adapted profiling as well. It does a really good job. So, but personally, I like the manual aspects of it. With the Windowgees, you can actually do the manual mode. Okay, you can do the manual mode as well. You can control manually. All right, you can control with how much water going in and how much water, how much water, and also what's the pressure too. You can manually control it. But it's based on touch screen. It's okay, and I'm not a big fan of touch screen up and down. I wish it does have some kind of paddle. Okay, you can control the pressure or flow. Okay. I'm say adapted, not up. Yeah, what's the difference? Yeah, well, Ahmed is talking about adapted, or what do you say?
I don't know.
Ahmed, we have no idea what you're trying to say. Yeah, adapted. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right, Ahmed? Okay. I think you're also able to. Okay, hold on a second. What's the Mark's talking about? I think you would also really like the Maro model. Model 1. Model. I don't know. I have to look it up as well. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. Jean said, wonder which one of the system we're using machine learning. Machine learning. I don't know. I mean, the whole point about making espresso, I mean, I like doing it. Okay, I like making my own coffee. Okay, I like making my own coffee. I mean, I don't like my machine make coffee for me. All right. Yes, I bet you it does a great job. Okay. Maybe you can connect to the ChatGPT, right? Or something. Just tell, okay, so I want, you can tell them, right? I want a shot that, whatever you desire, and that you can actually change for you. I mean, it's definitely possible. I think Decent does it in a way right now, okay? Decent does that in a way. But, I mean, that's not fun for me, okay? The best thing about making coffee at home is you are doing it yourself. Okay.
Yeah. You don't want to like outsource your
No.
meditation to.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of your morning, morning process, morning ritual in a way, right? It's just part of the fun. Yeah, I don't want, I don't want to take it away. Even though you're going to make great coffee, but it's not, not for me as coffee hobbyist. All right. Not for me as a coffee hobbyist.
So you get to be a scientist, right? You get to experiment, you get to theorize, hypothesize, test all of your things. It's like if you just want the best possible coffee, sure. But like then it's not a hobby.
No.
Then it's about it's just about having good coffee, which is all great, but then it's not like it's not a process, it's not a ritual, it's not an experiment.
I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I want a good coffee, but I like having fun with it, making coffee. Okay, I mean that's the reason why. What's the point of having a nice temper, right? I mean, it could be overpriced, but what's the point of it, right? Because that's something fun to use. Okay, if that's the case, you just get the cheap temper. Okay, yeah. All right, hold on a second. Mark, okay, what's the Richard say? I just bought a machine being built in Jing, China, that does of OEM work. Huh, interesting. Yeah, let me know, okay, Richard. Yeah, let me know if you got one. Once you get it, send us some pictures as well. Send us some picture of that. Okay, Mark is it's from German. Okay, startup company. It's very smart flow control espresso machine. Super user friendly, super quiet. Okay, good. It'd be nice as well. Okay, Mark is talking about the great machine from Germany. German makes awesome coffee machine. Fantastic.
I don't think I've ever. What companies would I know that make?
German makes Profatec as well.
Okay.
ECM. Come from Germany. Yeah, they're great. Great build quality. Great grinder from Titus from German as well. The Frank is the owner. The Titus grinder.
Okay.
That's the most expensive grinder out there right now. It's about 10 grand. Okay, machine like decent or Wendougee's, okay, or force temper even. Okay, current crop of a machine. Okay, I get big. Good. Our scope is to keep changing, to be honest, feeling our scope to be. Here's the thing of, okay, the reason why the keep changing, for my opinion, is in a way to engage. Okay, way to engage with coffee. Okay, something new, right? Something new, something cool. All right. Brian said most people think us hobbyists are nuts when it comes to our setup. I mean, again, this is hobby. Okay, some people into motorcycle. I mean, I used to have a lot of motorcycle back then, and I know some people into cars as well. What workshop wouldn't work. What is your hobby, Gabi?
I like photography.
Okay, how much good camera cost you?
$2 grand, $3 grand.
Okay, what about lens?
Oh, lens, it's crazy.
Okay.
Like a 24-70 at a 2.5 is, or even a 2 is like $4.5 grand.
Yeah. So crazy. Again, so if you're into camera photography, you're gonna spend 10 grand on easy, $10,000 easy on your gear. Okay, 10 grand easy.
Yeah.
Okay. We are talking about pretty good setup. All right. So if you spend $3,000 or $4,000 on your hobby for coffee, plus, you get to drink great coffee as well. Hey, again, this makes sense to us, right? Makes sense to us. Okay, how Richard say, I'm the chef in my kitchen. I choose how I do everything. Yeah, exactly. That's whole fun of making coffee too. Just like cooking, right? I like to cook. I don't like to have chef in my house make meal for me. I mean, it's not fun. Okay, it's not fun.
It's like anything. It's like how you do one thing is how you do most things.
Yeah. And there's strange ways. I also enjoy the process of making coffee. Smart adjustment to tweak flavors and evaluating. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect. I mean, that's why we make coffee every morning. Okay. Hold on. Who's okay? Meticulous. Yeah. Meticulous is I think I might get one hopefully soon. Okay. Yeah, I might get one soon as well. I know Carlos from Meticulous said, when I'm gonna loan you a machine a couple years ago, but I'm still waiting. Carlos, if you're watching, yeah, it'd be nice to play with another machine as well. Meticulous is more close to decent than any other machines out there. Has a lot of control. Yeah, they're fantastic. Or the Hantu say people have their own vice. Okay, they spend time and money on something. Yeah. Let's see here. My new machine is like fancy. Yeah, fancy Profile Tech as well. Good. Enjoy making pullover every day morning. My hand grinder. I have electric, but yeah, exactly. Again, the part of the process, right? The part of process of making coffee is, I mean, I think that's best. Okay, plus safe, right? Whole lot safer than riding a bicycle, or riding a motorcycle as your hobby. Okay, that's for
I can't promise the cool factor though.
yeah, sure. You're not gonna be cool. There's no bragging rights. I mean, no one cares about what kind of machine, coffee machine at home, among your friends, unless you're us, okay? If you have a, let's see here, what's the really fancy machine? Like La Marzocco coffee machine, or it's a company called Spiritello,
Never heard
okay?
of this.
Spiritello, I forgot the name of it. There are Keys Vander Weston, okay? The Speedster, okay? I can pull it up. Speedster is amazing, amazing coffee. Hold on a second here. Okay, let me pull something up for you guys. Keys Vander Weston. Okay, Keys Vander Weston. If you go to my YouTube channel, well, some of my video, I have it. Okay, they're simply fantastic. Hold on. I'm trying to look for the video on it, but I cannot find it. But let me pull it up for you guys. Okay. Okay, here we go. So hopefully, it's called Speedsters. Spiritello. You guys see that right there? Hopefully, it's gonna give you a better views. Yeah, right there. How beautiful is that? That is such unique machine. Yeah. I get to play with it a little bit when I was in Houston a few months back. So again, so let me ask you. So what's expensive to you, Gabi, for coffee machine? Yeah, coffee machine. Okay.
What's expensive?
Yeah. So that machine we just saw is about $16,000.
Yeah, that's not only. I think that's a little absurdly expensive.
Okay. So 16 grand. So that's a piece of art. Okay. Only comes with the 220 volts. Okay. 220 volts. I mean, there's no. So there's no compromising. I mean, they don't. I mean, they could make 110 if they wanted to, but they're not. They choose not to. 220. Okay, because you make sure your house is ready to go. Okay, I mean, so 16,000. I believe they raised the price again, so it's not cheap machine. So imagine if you are spending $16,000 on coffee machine, and what kind of grinder you want to match that with, right?
I feel like the grinder is when after like $3,000. I feel like the grinder is infinitely more important than the espresso machine, because that is going to make the biggest difference, right? What's expensive for an espresso machine is going to be different from what's expensive. $15,000 for an espresso machine, not even a grinder, is a little crazy. But I think a grinder that you would pair with that might be like and anything that like it's made for espresso.
That's right. Okay.
Right.
So you again, if you are 16 grand, So grinder should be what? I mean, you want to match that with the quality of the machine. So you are looking at I'm thinking about like Weber EG1, okay, and then that's about 4,500 bucks right there, and then so that's beautiful flat grinder. If you want to go all out, you can go with the Titus. Okay, you can go to the Titus. Makes really high-end grinder from Germany, so it's about 10 grand. Okay, so I mean that's more like the dreams, not even dream setup. I mean that's beyond that. I mean, I don't know. I mean that's way overindulging. That's for
Yeah.
sure. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a boatload of money, that's my setup is going to be spit teller. I'm gonna go with Titus grinder and maybe another grind, maybe Titus and EG1 or something like that, some sort of that setup. So total cost around what, 30 grand? Okay, you're gonna
Yeah.
spend about, you're willing to spend about $30,000 in a coffee bar setup there. We are talking about Ferrari at that point. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So you're talking, so that's the highest level of coffee bar. Okay, but here's the thing about the coffee though. What's the Ferrari cost?
It depends on the model.
Okay, depends on the model, right?
But I think you probably can't get a Ferrari for less than
Okay.
$250,000.
Okay, so what's the most expensive supercars out there? Millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Millions. Probably a Pagani or something
Okay.
like that.
Okay, so think about it. So millions of dollars, but with especially coffee bar, the most insane coffee bar is gonna be set you back about 30 grand. Okay, so you're gonna have the best of the best coffee bar ever, okay, in your house for $30,000. So that's still somewhat approachable than buying a supercar.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But the only thing is that when you say to someone, "Hey, I have the Ferrari of coffee bars,"
Yeah.
and they say, "Well, let me
Yeah.
have a cup," and you make it for them, they're gonna be like, they won't be able to appreciate it.
No.
No. But anyone on the street can appreciate a supercar.
Yes.
Did you see La Marzocco did a collaboration, I think, with Porsche?
Really?
Yeah, they
No.
actually made a really cool machine. It looks really nice.
Is already out?
You'll have to look it up.
Okay.
If you look up like La Marzocco X, I think it's Porsche. I think they did a.
Okay. So La Marzocco.
They did a really cool.
Okay, and then they did Porsche.
They did a Porsche. I don't know. I think it was a little bit ago. You might have to
Okay.
scroll down. Might have to scroll down just a little bit.
Okay, so Gabi mentioned about the La Marzocco did a.
Because I think I remember seeing something they did with Porsche. I think that might be it. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So La Marzocco Mini with Porsche. I mean, that's not. I mean, yeah, this is not. Yeah, with the Micra.
It just looks really
Yeah.
cool, is what it
Yeah.
is. It's like at that point, like you're doing it for more than aesthetics, and that you have to have an appreciation for both the car and the coffee.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a fan of Porsche, I mean that is. I mean that's definitely somewhat affordable. Okay, it's not that. That one is not that expensive. It is expensive, but it's not expensive in a
Yeah.
way. It's about 7-8 grand at the most.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 or 8,000. So I mean that's definitely reachable for sure. But with a Spiritello, Keith Vander Weston with the Titus setup, I mean that's more like the Pagani, the supercar of the world of coffee bar. But like you mentioned, I don't think your friend's going to appreciate the
Yeah.
coffee from, right? Imagine if you have the beautiful setup and then go down to Costco and buy a bag of dark roast coffee. It'd be really unfortunate.
Yes.
Okay, really unfortunate there.
Yeah, it's like when someone brings muddy shoes into a Ferrari, or
Yeah.
when someone brings like Folgers to thank you for like inviting them over for some coffee.
But I think it's set up like that because I know some people out there because they just have the money to buy, they're going to say, hey, what's the best coffee machine in the world? But I don't think those people, I don't think they are going to appreciate the machine or grinder, because I mean some people just don't like, okay, light roast coffee. Period.
Yeah.
They like them dark. So again, it's all depend on the coffee, but yeah. Hold on a second. I'm going to roast some. Oh, ACS are fantastic. Yes. ACS lever machines are great. I think one of our friends just got one recently. Yeah, I think he got the Vostok. I think Vostok is one of them. Okay, $20,000 lever machine. Yeah, I think I know which one, Nunes. I mean that thing is so absurd. It's ugly, by the way. Yeah, that thing is like this tall with the lever on it. Yeah, it's a terrible machine. Okay, hold on. Marshall say ECM did a Mercedes AMG version of a Synchronica as well. All right.
That's cool.
That's really nice. Okay, I think we are done for this morning. Okay, I'm gonna big shout out to Gabi joining us this morning.
How's it going?
All right, buddy. So we are set. And tomorrow, I don't know, we're gonna figure something out for tomorrow morning, okay? So we're gonna have a theme every single morning, upcoming days and weeks. So Monday is Bravo, Tuesday is lever machine. Wednesday, let's go theme with like Windougees or some kind of dual boiler machine, okay? And then Thursday, I don't know, we gotta figure something out tomorrow morning, all right? Okay, guys, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow.